Welcome back to Chalisco Crypto. Guys, welcome. Let's discuss. Happy Sunday. So let's discuss Bitcoin. Let's discuss crypto. Let's see what is happening in the world of crypto, guys. Guys, you are all welcome. Let's discuss. Let's see what is happening in the world of crypto. So, guys, the good part is that Bitcoin is trading above $106,000 once again. So we show that so the market is holding strong. And there are these signals that show that Bitcoin next huge move is coming anytime soon. So which we'll be looking into those data. Not just that, there are a lot of good things happening in the market. I did not stream yesterday. Yeah, guys, that is because I do travel. So yesterday, so let's discuss Bitcoin. Let's discuss crypto. Let's see what is happening in the market, guys. Yeah, welcome. Happy Sunday. So, guys, just over the past few weeks, just the past 1 week, more than 60 companies announced that they are adding Bitcoin to their treasury. So we show that, so Bitcoin and crypto is here to stay. So Bitcoin goes nowhere. There are a lot of good news about the crypto market. So even if El Salvador added about another 8 Bitcoin just last week, Bitcoin hash rate hitting all-time high once again. There are a lot of fantastic news which we'll be looking into that show that Bitcoin and crypto is here to stay. And FIFA, just about 2 weeks ago, I showed you guys that FIFA partners with Avalanche to launch their own blockchain. Now, FIFA just launched their own blockchain using Avalanche subnet, so to power their NFTs gaming and tokenization. So we show that, so as always, so there are a lot of good things happening in the crypto space. So we'll be looking into all those things and the rest is that is happening in the market. So just last week, the market was totally decimated. So market was down yesterday, last week. So the market did back down. So now the market is recovering back up once again. So we show that, so Bitcoin and crypto is here to stay. Not just that, even if pop.fun, so which they said that they will be launching their own token. So when they launch their own token, so they said that the revenue they will be distributing their revenue to the token holders, so which is also amazing. So there are a lot of fantastic news about the crypto space, which we'll be diving in. Not just that, guys. Guess who will be buying next? Michael Saylor. Saylor, the CEO of Strategy. So he just posted, his MicroStrategy tracker on X. He said more orange. We show that, tomorrow, Monday. So Saylor will be announcing that, they just bought another huge amount of Bitcoin, which most of you guys already know that each time a Saylor posted the MicroStrategy tracker on X, they usually buy Bitcoin on the next day, which is for sure because a week ago, so Saylor said that, which I also posted a clip about it yesterday on my YouTube channel. So because if you are watching from X, aka Twitter, so guys, head over to the YouTube. So 99% of the time, so I do usually stream on YouTube side because most of the time I can't stream to S, aka Twitter. Yeah, good evening, guys. Favor, you guys are welcome. Happy Sunday. So, guys, Saylor, he may be announcing at least almost about $1 billion buy tomorrow once again. So as you guys can see, the market is holding strong. Bitcoin is above $106,000. You guys are all welcome. Happy Sunday. So guys, I'll be keeping it short, but at least let's dive in through the market. Let's look at those data, those analysis that show that so the market we're still on track. So Bitcoin and crypto, the signals that show that and the market is breaking out. Bitcoin is breaking out above $106,000. So we'll be looking into those charts. Evening, favor. Happy Sunday, guys. Happy Sunday. So let's discuss Bitcoin. Let's discuss crypto first. Let's look at the market performance. So guys can see Ethereum and Bitcoin is holding strong. So which is why we'll be looking into the chart. So that show that so the market is holding strong. So you guys can see. So Bitcoin is holding strong above Bitcoin is above $106,000. Just last week, Bitcoin was trading around $100,000. So now the market is up once again. So people was already scared, as you guys can see. People were scared, and the fear and greed index did back down to 45%, for almost about 44% just last week. The fear and greed index did back down to 44% just last week. So we showed that, so a lot of people was fearful about the market. So now the market is recovering back upwards again, which is amazing, guys. So quickly, we'll be diving into the market, diving into some of those charts, look at those charts that show that, Bitcoin, another huge move is coming anytime soon. So as you guys can see here with this chart, yeah, happy Sunday, my man. Happy Sunday, guys. So, guys, as you guys can see on this chart, and secondly, if you are watching from Kick2, try to make sure that you subscribe to the channel. So you follow me on YouTube at Chalisco Crypto. So that is where I do live stream every single day. As you guys can see with the chart here, so Bitcoin is breaking up. So we are in hedge here. So if we'll be able to at least break up to at least $107,000 here. So we are already above $106,000, which is you guys can see the market is recovering. So and if we'll be able to head up to at least $107,000 here, so it will be a huge support. So which Bitcoin will be having. So we'll be heading up to $110,000 next. Yeah, happy Sunday, guys. Miraculous, you guys are welcome. So $110,000 next. And you guys can see this chart here. Let me zoom in so you guys can see better. This chart here is show that at least, that is because we have, a huge liquidation around the $120,000. We have about $15 billion liquidation around the $120,000. So let's say between $115,000 to $116,000. So Bitcoin have a huge liquidation there. So the weather here in Europe is going crazy, guys. So it's so hot. So even if you turn on your AC self, it's going crazy here. So guys, so one thing is that we have a huge liquidation here, short liquidation. Let's say, for example, if Bitcoin head up to $110,000, we break up to $140,000. So have a huge liquidation of about $15 billion then. So what's those $15 billion liquidation? I know that most of the traders will close their trade once Bitcoin head up to $110,000, and then we take Bitcoin to like $120,000. So at least we have a pullback back to like $150,000. The next upper side will be at least $130,000. So which I think is still possible this cycle. So $130,000 is still possible this cycle, guys. So we show that so the market is still on track. So you don't have to be scared. Each time you don't have to be scared. Each time the market did back down slightly. So it's just normal. So it happens in crypto every single day. So Bitcoin and crypto is here to stay, and which most of you guys already didn't know that. So guys, if you are watching from any platform, so try to make sure you are watching from YouTube, and smash the like, share the stream with your friends and family so they can tune in. So we all discuss Bitcoin and crypto together, because I know that it really encourage them to using the DCA, which has been working in the crypto space over the past few years. Dollar cost average. Guys, this is a tweet from Sailor, the CEO of Strategy. So just about a few hours ago. So Sailor says, "Set more orange," which you guys know what that means. So even if as of today, MicroStrategy, they are still holding $61.4 billion in Bitcoin. Don't be surprised. Tomorrow, Sailor will be announcing that he just added another $1 billion worth of Bitcoin, or $500 million. That's between $500 million. So Sailor will be adding more Bitcoin to their portfolio tomorrow. So you guys can see, even if as of today, they are still holding 580,955 Bitcoin. What about $61.4 billion? So which is why I think Bitcoin goes nowhere. So Sailor said that he is not selling anytime soon. Even if Bitcoin go back to $1, so he will buy them all. Which you all know that it's impossible place for Bitcoin to go back to $1 once again. So that is not possible. Yes, because which is Peter Schiff usually criticize him that Bitcoin will be going to $1. So seller will get liquidated. And seller say to him that, so even if Bitcoin dip back down to $1, so he will be buying them all. He said he is ready to buy them all. So which is why seller have a diamond heart. So it's not selling anytime soon. So guys, as you guys can see, it show that, so there are a lot of fantastic news about the market. So as you guys can see, another headline, 16 companies announcing the Bitcoin treasuries last week. So just last week alone, that is between about 16 companies announcing that they're adding Bitcoin to their balance sheet. So why do you think that those companies keep buying Bitcoin, keep DCA, keep using dollar cost average? That's because they know that Bitcoin is one of the best performing assets over the past few years, over the past a decade, just in the past decade. So Bitcoin has been one of the best performing assets. So why would you want to add a pieces of it to your portfolio? That's because you can still buy $2 worth of Bitcoin, even if a day like today, you can still buy $3 worth of Bitcoin. So which is why I'm here every single day. So live streaming to encourage you guys to keep this year so that we will all achieve a financial freedom together. So keep using DCS, which have been working. Seller have been using DC over the past few years. So which is why these 16 companies announced that they will be adding Bitcoin to their portfolio. So since 2020, Seller have been using DCA. Even if as of today they are holding a 61 billion worth of Bitcoin, they are sitting with about $22 billion in profit. So just between the past 5 years, since 2020 today. So which is amazing. So we show that so Bitcoin has been one of the best performing assets over the past few years, and there's no any other asset that has outperformed Bitcoin over the past few years. So guys, keep smashing the like, share the stream with your friends and family for sure, so they can be tuning in. So guys, another headline here, as you guys can see, this is El Salvador. El Salvador, they keep stacking Bitcoin, so they keep stacking sats. So keep stacking Bitcoin, as you guys can see. So added 8 Bitcoin in the last 7 days. So which is just last week again, they added another 7 Bitcoin, another 8 Bitcoin. So at least they are not buying like a seller, but they keep stacking, they keep buying. That is how it works. Using a DCA, you buy, even if you have a $2, you have $3. At least whenever the market dip back down, I try to make sure at least you invest in Bitcoin, you invest in crypto. So what thing I always saying is that don't go all in. So don't invest more than what you can afford to lose. So that is one of the way. So don't go all in. So El Salvador keep buying, despite that IMF keep telling them not to buy. That is because Nayib Bukele, which is the president of El Salvador, is still smart. So you understand the market, you understand how it works. So why would they buy Bitcoin when the US already add Bitcoin to their reserve? And when US is also planning at least to buy 1 million Bitcoin in the next few years, which is that is because that is one of the way that we save them, please for them to pay this national debt that is still skyrocketing. Which is why President Trump and Elon Musk is hitting it front and back. So guys, quickly, as you guys can see here, this is a Bitcoin hash rate. Bitcoin hash rate is still showing, it's still skyrocketing, hitting all-time high. So as you guys can see, so we show that more miners still coming into the crypto space. So more mining machine keep hitting the market every single day. Everybody want to have a pieces of Bitcoin. Just during Bitcoin conference, when Theta, a company with a market cap of about go ahead at something $1 billion, they announced that they will be mining Bitcoin, and their profit they will be issuing some of their profit at least to mine Bitcoin. That is because their treasure is in Bitcoin. So they hold a huge amount of Bitcoin. So they want to support the network, which is why they keep mining. So more miners are coming into the market every single day, even when the price is still having up and down, we're still going up and down. So we see because the crypto market is always volatile. But you guys can see that the more mining machine they keep hitting the market every single day. So we show that, so Bitcoin is that asset which, the hash rate did not follow the price. So it's because this asset, so it's being guided by code, it has been programmed by code. So which is why I still believe that, cycles we still have cycle is still on our side. So if you think that, so we may be having a super cycle, I don't think anytime soon. That is because, even if over the past few years, so even when this hash rate is still hitting all-time high, you may still be seeing that the price still having up and down. So which still make me believe that, so cycles are still possible. So, and the market is ready to skyrocket anytime soon, which is why this chart here, I think is possible, for us to still head up to $130,000 this cycle. So quickly, let's see what next. Yeah, guys, this is from FIFA 2 weeks ago, which I showed you guys that FIFA they partner with Avalanche to launch their own blockchain. So now you guys can see here from Cointelegraph, FIFA launching its own blockchain using Avalanche subnet to power NFTs, gaming, and tokenization. So to tokenize fans experience giving is more control. So which is amazing, So more companies keep coming into the crypto space every single day. Just in the past 1 week alone, more than 60 companies already announced that they're adding Bitcoin to their portfolio. Don't forget that Bitcoin only have 21 million in mass supply that will ever exist on this planet. so there's not much Bitcoin out there. So despite that, the market's still trading sideways. So the market has been trading sideways only for a while now. So don't forget, just less than 2 months ago, Bitcoin was trading between $74,000. So now the market skyrocket, Bitcoin skyrocket to world at $12,000. We just have a little pullback. So why will you be fearful that Bitcoin dip out down from $112,000 to $106,000? To me, it makes no sense. So unless people who are just coming into the market right now, which is why I say, so if you are just coming into the crypto space, the best strategy is for you to use DCA, spreading your money across the market to understand the market. You have $100 to invest. You may decide, oh, I will be adding $5 to the market once in a month or once in every 2 weeks, adding a few dollars to the market to understand the market. So when you finally understand the market, totally, so which I know that, even if you are here for the past 1 decade, for sure, you will still not be able to predict the future. Nobody can predict the future. Even when people like Plan B still expecting the market to head up to 300K this year, which is why I still always say that taking profit is very, very important when you're in profit. So take profit when you're in profit so that whenever the market dip back down, you'll be able to buy back. Or try to make sure you have a side hustle. It's very, very important too. So to DCA into the market. So as you guys can see, more company coming into crypto space. And during Bitcoin conference, PSG also announced that they are adding Bitcoin to their balance sheet too. So this is the Bitcoin's liquidation, which I was saying just now. So Bitcoin can liquidate a 15 billion short within a 10% price upticks. So this is what I was just saying just now that so if with this chart here, so if we head up here to like between 100 and $140,000, so we have a huge liquidation there. So at least which will take Bitcoin to $120,000. So even if we now pull back to $15,000 even if we now have a pullback to $150,000, before we'll be heading up to $130,000, $127,130,000 this cycle, which I still think is possible this cycle. So let's see what next. So guys, you guys all know that during the Bitcoin conference, which I tried my best, I cover it during Bitcoin conference. Yeah, guys, you are all welcome. You are all welcome. You are all welcome. So if you are watching from S, you are watching from Kick, try to make sure that you tune in. You are tuning in from YouTube, try to make sure that you subscribe to the YouTube channel because 99% of the time I can stream through YouTube. So during a Bitcoin conference, which I stream it here on YouTube, Adams Banks, he said that so Bitcoin will be heading up to $1 million in the next 5 years during a Bitcoin conference. So after Bitcoin cycle, in the next after the next 4 year cycle, so which you think Bitcoin will be heading up to $1 million, which I also think the same is possible next cycle. So $1 million this cycle, to me, I don't think it's possible. Yeah, next cycle is possible. So if you ever think that a Bitcoin will not be trading at $1 million one day, if you think it's impossible, I just want to remind you that in 2022, Bitcoin was still trading between $16,000. So a day like today, Bitcoin is still trading above $100,000. Nobody been 90% of crypto traders today, they did not even believe that Bitcoin will be trading above $100,000 when Bitcoin was hovering around $60,000. That is because the fear and greediness was almost going to zero. So a lot of people was more now fearful. So when a lot of people was now thinking that Bitcoin will be heading up to $10,000, that is why most people did not load up Bitcoin back then. So Adam's back was his explanation was that now more companies are coming into the crypto space. So one need believe that so Bitcoin for sure is going up to at least $1 million. So that's because more people will be coming into the crypto space. More companies are coming. Imagine people like BlackRock. They're already holding about 600,000 Bitcoin, worth of almost about $69 billion. So those people are not selling anytime soon. They keep accumulating. So if not for OTC market, which is a P2P, that's because those big boys, the way they are not buying you from open market, they use OTC. So if not from the OTC market, for sure, Bitcoin would have already skyrocketed up to like $150,000. So that's because those big boys, the way the Wall Street, whenever they want to buy Bitcoin, they use OTC. It's more cheaper for them than so it's more cheaper for them in that way. That's because when they use OTC, so they will pay for this transaction fee. If you are buying $100,000 worth of Bitcoin, at least you have to be ready at least to pay like about $1,000 to $2,000 in fee. But when they use OTC, when they buy $1 billion worth of Bitcoin, they pay zero fee. What they do is that they transfer the cash to Coinbase. Coinbase transfer Bitcoin to them. That's because Coinbase still hold a huge amount of Bitcoin in their management. So, which is why I still think cycle is still possible, guys. So, the market is still holding strong. Bitcoin is still holding strong. So, you don't have to be scared. So, pop.farm, guys, pop.farm, we distribute protocols revenue to, which is to PopForm's tokens holder. So, last week, which is about a few days ago, I showed you guys, that Pop.Farm, they said they will be launching a new token. They raised about $1 billion, and which the token which they will be launching it will be evaluated from about $4 billion, which is why I don't know why they raise so much huge amount of money. That is huge. $1 billion token, guys. It's not that small. So, which will be launching the next 2 weeks, which is to me, it's now less than 2 weeks. So, which they will be launching in 2 weeks. So, this is huge because, for people to hold on to this new token. So, what they mean here is that, people who will be trading in pop.farm, that's because they pay fee. So, now people who hold this their token, so they will be distributing the revenue to those people, which at least it will also encourage people to hold this their token, which is amazing. It's amazing, guys. It's amazing. So, yeah, guys, happy Sunday, happy Sunday, happy Sunday. Favor, Miraculous, J-Boy, Sita, you guys are welcome. Victoria, so you guys are all welcome. You guys are welcome. So, guys, as you guys can see here, you guys know that the kidnapping of crypto holders is been going crazy. So, this is from CNBC. Bitcoin families hides crypto code. It takes on two metal cards on 4 continents after a recent kidnapping. So the kidnapping has been going crazy. So that's because if people know that you are holding a huge amount of Bitcoin and Bitcoin is now trading above $100,000, no, they are betraying, at least kidnapping crypto holders here and there, which is not a good thing. So it's not like for people like us who are just who just start investing in crypto, but I know it's not a good thing. But which is why I always say that try to make sure you keep your assets safe. It's very, very important to keep your assets safe. Keeping your Bitcoin and your cryptocurrency safe is very, very important. So as you guys can see here, you spread it in a four this thing in four meta code and spread it across four continents. So which is easy. Let's say for example, if your seed phrase is a 12 seed phrase, at least keep writing three seed phrase here, writing the other three seed phrase here, divide it across only where they have access to you, maybe at least if you are living here, you only have a seed phrase here, or you have just a three seed phrase here. So if you want to spend the money, at least you have to travel across, four countries in order for you to, at least four continents, in order for you to be able to have access to your seed phrase, which is more, at least it's a little bit more secure. So let's see what next for CNBC. So we all know that the war between the trade war, so which is tariff war between US and China has been going on for a while, which has been affecting the market too, the crypto market, not just crypto market, even if the stock market has also been affecting the stock market, the autos market, the cars market, here and there. Now, Trump announced that the US China trade talk in London next week. At least we hope that they will be able to resolve this. So, which is, please, once US and China is able to resolve this, it will really help the market too to grow up. So, Bitcoin and crypto next move, guys, is here as you guys can see. So, the chart has said that so Bitcoin is breaking out from $106,000. So, as you guys can see, the chart here, we are in a having a little support here that the Bitcoin is breaking out here. So you guys can see that most of the altcoin like SRP, I saw that SRP is up. In the past 24 hours, it's up with about 4.3%. Man, SRP is holding strong once again. So the past 1 week is still up with about 5%. Even when Bitcoin is just down with about 1% in the past 7 days. But you can see that SRP is holding strong with about 4.2% the past 24 hours. Like even if ADA is holding a 1.1%, Tron. So some of the altcoins are holding strong. Like for example, one good thing is that Bitcoin is still holding strong, and Ethereum too. Ethereum is still holding strong. So we may be breaking out anytime soon. And you guys can see that I told you guys before, even if before this recent dip, told you guys that we have a huge support between that $100,000. You guys can see, we dip back down to $100,000. Boom, a quick recovery, just like a V-shape back up. So you guys can see. Now the market is back up above $106,000 once again. So keep holding strong. So let's do Q&A, question and answer. So we call it a day for sure tomorrow, which is Monday. We'll be streaming once again. So we'll also be discussing Bitcoin and crypto. So try to make sure that you spread the word of crypto across to your friends and family. So that's because it's very, very important. A lot of people still don't know anything about Bitcoin and crypto. You must not need to study it perfectly. All you just need to do is to have an exchange account, start investing, which is very, very important. Start investing. So, which is why I'm here. So, I will be starting my own DCA portfolio in the next few months. When I think that it's a good time to start buying, which is because I still think that which I know that if you are buying for a long term, this year is all about you can buy anytime, any price, any day. But I still think that if history is on our side, and for sure in the next if history is on our side, in the next few months before the end of the year, At least the market need to have a good pullback so that we'll be able to DCA in the market once again. So let's do Q&A. So call it today. Yeah, Favor, my man, how are you doing? So guys, how are you guys enjoying the weekend over there? And what are you guys buying? So President Trump and Elon Musk have been kicking it up and down. So following the US national debt that is skyrocketing like a Nvidia chart or Bitcoin chart. So if you zoom into Bitcoin, if you look at a Bitcoin like a all-time chart, so national debt is skyrocketing. It's because the government keep printing more money every single day. So one of the way to get out from this is to invest in a strong asset like a Bitcoin that have that has a mass supply, not like the government. They can print more US dollars, the more fiat, the government money which is called fiat. They can print more fiat. So but you can't print more Bitcoin. Bitcoin has only 21 million forever that will ever be in existence in the history of mankind. So Bitcoin, we only have a 21 million Bitcoin. 21 million forever, guys. And you guys don't forget that, so once Bitcoin started booming, every other altcoin will follow. So let's say, for example, Bitcoin did head up to like even $120,000. If we now have a pullback to $115,000, so you find out that that's because Bitcoin dominance will drop down. So that is how those your altcoin. So I showed you guys a chart last week that showed that so alt season is closed. That Bitcoin, if Bitcoin head up from here and we have a good pullback, if Bitcoin dominance pull back, which is for sure, if Bitcoin pull back, Bitcoin dominance will pull back. So which is why how money will flow from Bitcoin to altcoin. So when alt season will start booming once again. Yeah, Miraculous. Greetings, my man. Hope you guys enjoyed the Sunday. So, which is why I say, we just need to keep investing for sure, so that the next few years, when Bitcoin will be trading more higher than this, we'll be able to take profit and live a better life, not by working a 9 to 5 every single day, and the government keep printing more money, so endless spending, and your paycheck keep remain the same. You can't even afford good. We can't even afford good food, or live a better life. That's because the government don't care about you. They will tell you that inflation is up with about 2, 3, 4% a year, which is not true. Which we know that over the past few years, inflation has doubled in price. So even if here in Europe, you should think that inflation is not real. So this which we could be able to purchase a few years ago with $100, now you will be buying them with 150, $200, because inflation is real, my brother. Inflation is real, man. Osita. Greatest, my man. Greatest, guys. Greatest. So, guys, for sure, something good is coming. So, maybe next week. So, I'll be thinking of something new. So, I'll have to liquidate one NFT, maybe one Genesis NFT, and one good day like that. So, I will still have to spread it across to you guys randomly. So, during the live stream, so I'll have to liquidate something, maybe an NFT or Solana also. So, spread it across to you guys randomly once again. Yeah, Victoria, evening, guys, evening. So all you just need to do, try to make sure you always tune in, guys. So Bitcoin and crypto is here to stay for sure. With Bitcoin and crypto, we will all achieve a financial freedom together. Favor, you want to know, Abby? Don't worry. So you guys want to surprise me? Don't worry. So when we are getting closer, I will let you know. I will let you know. Yeah, for sure. We'll keep a DCA, dollar cost average, in the market for us to achieve a financial freedom. So, guys, I know it's Sunday, and you guys want to go at least to enjoy the Sunday for for tomorrow, which is Monday again. So I'm here for sure. I'll keep you guys updated, even if anything happen in the market, which is for sure I will be streaming. So even if it's let's say 2 a.m. here, so for sure I will live stream to let you guys know what is happening in the market. So for sure something good is coming, and most of the charts are saying that so Bitcoin will be heading up higher from here. So which you know, and as I always say, if history is on our side, we still have the last phase of the year before the market. Before we enter the other phase, so which usually look bullish, which I think that for sure in the next this June, July, the market will the next huge move is coming. So guys, keep smashing the like. Even if after the stream, share the stream with your friends and family for sure, so that each time that I'm live, they will be able to tune in. We'll be able to discuss about Bitcoin and crypto together. So don't forget, you are smart and intelligent. With Bitcoin and crypto, we will all achieve a financial freedom together.